All right, this is Mr. Koenig here with the Gathering Evidence About Velocity Changes worksheet. You use this worksheet and you complete this in conjunction with a simulation, force and motion simulation. I'm going to show you and demonstrate how to use that simulation and how you would get started on part one, gathering evidence about changes in velocity. Okay, so it says, use the force and motion sim to discover what you need to do to change an object's velocity. Remember, velocity is speed and direction. Number 2, write notes in the table describing how you made each change in velocity happen. Okay, so we're going to say start moving. So we need to figure out how we can make an object start moving and describe what we did. I'm going to move this a little bit. All right, so I have an object here. Okay. There's a ton of, I'm just going to start off by saying this. There's a ton of ways that you could actually go about this. I'll just show one of them. There's a bunch others. Okay. So if we were talking about changing the velocity of this object A, let's just go with one thing that we might be able to do. Okay. We have object with a mass of 4 kilograms that I added. Really quick on this, when you change the velocity, you have to do the direction. So if you go over this way, it's going to make the object move left on your page. If you go over this way, it's going to be right. And then you can also do up and down. Up, down. Okay. Since I would like to try to get object B to sort of hit object A and cause it to start moving, I'm going to send it towards that direction with a velocity of 5 centimeters per second. Okay, so I'm going to just do that. I'm going to click on run, and there we go. All right, so now we can click on this analyze portion, and we can rewatch if we would like to see what happened. And then there's some analytics up here. Okay, so at a basic level, you'd have to say what you did. And we could say, I sent object B crashing into object A with a velocity of 5 centimeters per second. This caused object A to start moving. Okay, pretty simple explanation. That's what you saw in that video. Some of the more detailed analytics we'll get to on the second one. All right, for now, I'd like to go back to the build and go to rebuild. If you click this rebuild, it's going to get rid of everything. That's okay. So here, build. And now I have to do what will get an object to speed up. Okay. Again, there's multiple ways to do this, but I'm going to put a mass of 20 kilograms out here for object B. And I have object A still in the middle where it was. So I'm going to be sending object A toward object B at a velocity of 1 centimeter per second. At the same time, I'm going to send the more massive, the 20 kilogram mass, towards object A with a much higher velocity of 10 meters per second to the left. Okay, that's the negative you see here. And then we're going to click off of that. We'll click run. Okay. So now what we're going to do is analyze this. We'll replay it and we'll just see what we saw. Okay, so you'll notice object A started moving to the right, the 1 kilogram, the lighter brown, and then was impacted rather quickly by the more massive 20 kilogram object B. When we look at the analytics over here, let me see what you're kind of showing here. So object A, that circle that was out there initially, that was the 1 kilogram mass. It started with a velocity of 1 centimeter per second, and it was moving to the right on your paper or on your screen. Okay, the object E started at a velocity of 10 centimeters per second, and it was moving in the opposite direction to the left on your screen. Okay. After they made impact, you will see that basically the object A, we caused it to speed up. So it started out moving to the right at 1 centimeter per second. After it impacted the more massive object B, it then shot off to the left very rapidly at a speed of 19.95 or 95 hundredths centimeters per second in the opposite direction. So you can see that impact caused an object to speed up. Okay, so you would have 3 more to do in much the same way. You have to figure out how to get an object to slow down, stop moving, and move in the opposite direction. Move in the opposite direction should be fairly easy because you could almost take what I did just right there. All right. So to wrap this up, I might say I sent 1 kilogram. Just to make sure my weights are correct. Yes. Okay. My masses. I sent my 1 kilogram object A towards object B, which was 20 kilograms, and moving in the opposite direction. When the objects made impact, this caused object A to change directions and speed up. Okay, and that's basically what you just saw. So for each of these, you're describing how you get whatever it is to happen. So the next one is slow down. Again, for moving in the opposite direction, you could almost duplicate what you just saw here. Okay, so play around with this. Essentially, you have 2 more to really try to figure out, and you have the rest of the time today to do that.